Ma'am, your voice is not audible. Ma'am, your mic is mute.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so is my blackboard visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what we did is like a complex mathematics, right? It are both complex mathematics. Now, এটা বুঝিয়ে আছেন বটে বুঝিয়ে আসছে কিছু এটা complex mathematics না easy mathematics
No, ma'am, বুঝে আসছে।
বুঝিয়ে আসছে ওকে নাও ଆମର del q କେତେ ବାହାରିଥିଲା -1 del p କେତେ ବାହାରିଥିଲା 2 p କେତେ ଥିଲା original initial କେତେ ଥିଲା price 8 initial demand କେତେ ଥିଲା 5 now it is equal to del q by del p into p by q del q is change in demand by change in price into initial price by initial demand now -1 by 2 into 8 by 5 is equal to -8 by 10 is equal to -0.8 is equal to 0.8 in economics. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? বুঝি আসিলা math বুঝি আসিলা কাকু না বুঝি আসলানি?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood লিভাইলি? Okay. Is Smriti not here? Smriti? हाँ Smriti.
Yes, ma'am.
Smriti বুঝি আসিলা?
आगे मैम
Smriti कौन खाइचु?
मैम भात तो खाई
मते खाइचु? मते तो तू खाई ना? स्मृति का
Ma'am?
मैम आज्ञा
Ma'am, price elasticity can never be negative.
no
Okay, ma'am.
no because in price elasticity of demand the minus will always be considered as positive. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now we will go to geometric method. Okay, now geometric method is a method which was suggested by Professor Marcel. Marcel kya hai? Who is
Ma'am,
Marcel?
Marshall, who has coined the definition of
What?
demand.
Demand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, very good. Now, what is geometric method? Geometric method is the method where we use to measure the elasticity at a point on the demand curve. Okay, I'll just find my chalk. Okay. Okay, now if this is a graph. Sorry, I can't write this straight, more straight line over here. Okay. Now we will have to find a point over here. Okay, now this is a demand curve. A demand curve na hai?
Yes, ma'am.
yes ma'am
ओके हमको ए पॉइंट रे हमको डिमांड कर रहा ए पॉइंट रे बाहर करे रछि इलास्टिसिटी केते इज व्हाट इज द प्राइस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड इन दिस पॉइंट ओके नाउ वी विल यूज ज्योमेट्रिक मेथड इन दिस एठी हे छी कि हमको ए गोटे डिमांड कर्व रे दिस इज डिमांड कर्व
Yes, ma'am.
हमको ए एठी गोटे पॉइंट दे मते एठी गोटे पॉइंट दे मते एठी गोटे पॉइंट दे इफ आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट the elasticity of certain point in the curve in the demand curve then I have to use by how much percentage of course then I have to use geometric method a demand curve re gote certain point re elasticity kete heichi ame taku janiba pai geometric method use kariba buझी asila
Yes, ma'am.
yes
okay
ma'am
now in the graph also you can see if I want to find out the point C, in the point C ର ମତେ ଯଦି ବାହାର କରିବାର ଅଛି elasticity, then what will be the formula? The formula will be lower case by the upper case. Now what is lower case? CB is the lower case. What is the upper case? AC is the uppercase. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Lower
Ma'am.
segment कोटा हाँ
मैम हमें जो ये पॉइंट नबा हमें जोड़ी भी नहीं परिबा लाइन रो
ना जोठी भी नहीं परिवानी डिमांड कर्व रे ये जो डिमांड कर्व टा है थी 1 सेकंड ओके एटा डिमांड कर्व ना नहीं सुमन
यस मैम
ये डिमांड कर्व रे ए पॉइंट सपोज ए पॉइंट रे दिस पॉइंट सी okay I want to find out the C point रे elasticity of demand केते हेची okay then I have to use geometric method कोठी भी हमें नहीं परिबानी only on the demand curve जदि point न आसीबो आउ कोठी ग्राफ रे point आसीबो सेटा ई demand ना supply तू केम जानलु
मैम
demand
डिमांड मैम डिमांड कर्व रो लाइन रे जे कोनोसी पार्ट रे भी नहीं होबो टोटल लाइन रे
हाँ धर कर एटा डिमांड कर्व हैला ए पॉइंट गोटे सर्टेन पॉइंट्स आसीबो ना देयर आर सर्टेन पॉइंट आमे सेटा आगु पड़बो जस्ट इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड वी विल रीड कि को पॉइंट रो कोन ना व्हाट इज यूनिटरी इलास्टिक डिमांड व्हाट इज परफेक्टली इलास्टिक डिमांड आमे पढिबा सेटा आगु पढिबा एबे पई बुझ डिमांड कर्व रे गोटे सर्टेन पॉइंट इफ देयर इज अ सर्टेन पॉइंट if the point is C and we want to know कि तार elastic demand केते माने price elasticity केते अछि then we have to use geometric method to find out understood बुझिलु एती बस बुझ एती बुझिलु
यस मैम मैम टिके स्लो रे टिके कहबो
ओके एटा धर कर गोटे ग्राफ बुझेसला एटा होची डिमांड कर्व से डिमांड कर्व रे गोटे सर्टेन पॉइंट रे हम जे जानिबा को चाहिबा जे इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड केते then we will use geometric method understood okay and demand curve हमें जानिबा केमते what is the geometric method of formula lower case by upper case lower case by upper case lower case is the lower segment of the demand curve धर करो ए पॉइंट रे this one is A this one is C this one is B and this is the demand curve okay now this is the price and this is the quantity demanded okay मते ए C point रो elasticity जानिबार अछि okay now the formula is lower case by upper case understood now our lower case kete CB what is the upper case that is AC so that will be CB by AC बुझियसला फार्मूला बुझियसला अपर केस लोअर केस कोटा अपर केस कोटा बुझियसला मु एडी तुमको फार्मूला रे मैथ करोन आई एम जस्ट सेइंग यू व्हाट इज द लोअर केस एंड व्हाट इज द अपर केस लोअर केस अपर केस बुझियसला
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
okay now if elasticity of demand different point जो तो कहतलु जो भी point ता गोटे हमें demand curve रे नोचे मैडम हमें कोन नहीं परिबा in a demand curve these are the points hela unitary elastic demand highly elastic demand less elastic demand perfectly elastic demand and perfectly inelastic demand देवडा सब कोन एवडा सब होची different points on a straight line माने demand curve understood हमें यार definition आगु पढिबा एति की point अछि unitary elastic demand highly elastic less elastic perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic बुझी आसिला सुमन तू बुझी पालु तू कोन पचरथुलु मु कोन पई कहली नेक्स्ट स्लाइड रे बुझीबा
यस मैम
ओके unitary elasticity of demand okay unitary elastic demand कोन एटा पढलु सुमन
and unitary
read the slide just read unitary elasticity of demand just say it about
मैं से खाऊंगी तो
सुमन तू खाऊचु ओके स्मृति पढ़ Okay, I don't think anyone is audible. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Laura, can you just please read out the unitary elastic demand for me?
Yes, ma'am, sure. Ma'am,
Thank you.
at the midpoint of the demand curve, that is at point B, the lower and upper segments that are BD and BE are exactly equal. Thus, lower segment by upper segment is equals to BD by BE, and that is equals to 1.
Okay. Now in this graph, everyone please focus. Okay, we are reading about unitary elasticity of demand, where elasticity of demand is equal to 1. Okay. Now why it is 1? Elasticity of demand 1 kon pe lekha haichi because amara BD au BE ku jodi ame divide koruche it will come to 1. Understood? BD au DE BE are same. That's why when we divide it comes 1. So here elasticity of demand is equal to 1. That's why it is known as unitary elasticity of demand. एठी किछि कम नाही किछि बड़ नाही. BD टा BE ठु बड़ की ना BE टा BD ठु बड़ की एथरे किछि कम बेसी अछि no. So here that's why it is equal to 1. That is known as unitary elasticity of demand. बुझी असला?
Yes, ma'am.
yes ma'am
Okay. ग्राफ टा देखो BD आउ थरे एक्सप्लेन करछि BD is equal to BE एथिरे BE और BD they are equal एथिरे कोटा बड़ कोटा छोट अछि की
No, ma'am.
so that's why ED is equal to 1 and that is known as unitary elasticity of demand. Understood? कोन पय unitary कोहाला?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, highly elasticity of demand at the every point above of midpoint below E, that is between E and B, the elasticity will be greater than 1. It happens because the lower segment LS is greater than the US, that is the upper segment. Okay, highly elasticity. Okay, greater than 1. Now we will focus on this A point. ED is greater than 1. Okay. एटा कोन पे ग्रेटर देन 1 बिकॉज़ एठी हमर लोअर केस टा अपर केस टू बड़ AC AD is greater than AE. Understood?
Ma'am, could you
बुझी
please
आसिला?
repeat it again?
Yeah.
Highly
Here
elastic demand.
highly elastic. ED is greater than equal to 1. ED greater than equal to 1 को देखु छु तू? Are you
Yes,
guys
ma'am.
looking at ED is greater than equal to 1? Here AD is greater than AE. Na AE टा बड़ AD टा छोट. Is it something like that? You guys have to see to AD. AD is greater than AE. So
Yes,
your
ma'am.
lower case is greater than the upper case. It is lower
Yes,
case
ma'am.
to upper case to bottom. That's why it is known as highly elasticity of demand. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
ऐसी lower case टा बड़ा upper case to सही में हमें आपको highly elasticity of demand कहूचे.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, let's woman. Are you people getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. Less elasticity of demand. At the very midpoint B, but above D, between B and D, the elasticity will be less than 1. It happens because the lower case is smaller than the upper case. Yara ulta ta. Okay. Less, we are reading about less elasticity of demand. Okay, now see. CD and CE. CD and CE dekhi parucho?
Yes, ma'am.
Here the upper case is bigger than the lower case.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why it is known as less elasticity of demand. Because here ED is less than 1. Understood? Why it is known as less elasticity of demand?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfectly elasticity of demand mate kya bujheba? What is perfectly elasticity of demand? who will understand me the perfectly elasticity of demand? What is perfectly elasticity of demand? Who can say me just कि उड़ा idea करी कही पर what is perfectly elasticity of demand? ए पूरा line दे कोटा perfectly elastic तंगु लागुचे.
Ma'am, that E point.
At the E point, why it is perfectly elastic? Why it is perfectly elastic? It is perfectly elastic because here we have no uppercase. यार किसी uppercase अच्छी की E रे किसी uppercase अच्छी. E only
No,
have
ma'am.
the lowercase. E only have the lowercase. Okay. E does not have the uppercase. Now, if it does not have any uppercase, that means it is zero. Zero na.
Yes, ma'am.
जदि किसी यार ऊपर नहीं तो it's zero. So zero by something is always what? Infinity.
Yes, ma'am.
Zero by किसी भी. Zero by any number is infinity or zero by any number is one.
Ma'am, no, it's infinity.
Infinity. So that is the reason why it is known as perfectly elastic demand, because it does not have any uppercase. It only has the lowercase. Etically taro lowercase achi, that's why it is known as perfectly elastic demand. Zero by something is always infinite. So that's why it is known as perfectly elasticity of demand. Understood? बुझी असला काहे
Yes,
कहूचे
ma'am.
perfect?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
now perfectly inelastic मते के बुझेबो? Perfectly inelastic कोटा है?
Ma'am, D point.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Deep.
Yeah. Why it is perfectly elastic?
Ma'am,
Perfectly
because it has no lower case.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, perfect. Very good, Laura. Now it has no lowercase. So 0 by something is always 1. Nah? 0 by something is always 1.
No, ma'am.
0. So that's why it is known as perfectly inelastic demand. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. एतिकी हैला तमरो गोटे डिमांड कर्व ऊपर हमरो केतरा टाइप आसुचे. What are the different points on a straight line? आमे तो कोन कहूचे elasticity of demand on different points of a straight line. Understood? एतिकी जो आमे पढिला ए भितर कहा को कोडा किछि बुझी आसलानी की?
मैम ठीक है परफेक्टली इनइलास्टिक डिमांड मुझे देखा होता है
Perfectly elastic, right? Demand is equal to infinity. Okay. ये ग्राफ टा देखे स्मृति ହେଲା ଏଇ जो ग्राफ रे हमरो E पॉइंट ऊपर किछि अछि आ इज देयर एनीथिंग अबव E अपर केस लोअर केस बुझ ହେଲା फर्स्ट गोटा आ गुड थोर तुमको अपर केस लोअर केस टा हम देखौची इट इज अ ग्राफ इट इज द डिमांड कर्व एटा होची अपर केस एटा होची लोअर केस एटा देखो स्मृति
यस मैम
এটা হচ্ছে lower case এটা হচ্ছে upper case okay now what is the formula of upper case and lower case কোন formula কইছিলে এবে what is the formula just I said you what is the geometric method formula
मैम लोअर
Ma'am,
केस बाय अपर केस
কোন upper case by lower case
No, ma'am.
नो
Lower
मैम
case by
लोअर केस
upper.
बाय अपर
okay perfect now Smriti is asking me about ED is equal to infinite why ED is equal to infinite Smriti तो question एटा but तू अबे तो निजे ही आंसर दे देलो lower case by upper case price एटा quantity demand एटी infinite कोन पई ए जो पॉइंट रे हमर ED टा infinite एथ पई because एथि रे खाली लोअर केस अछि एई पॉइंट रे तळु को ना तते खाली लोअर केस देखा जिवो एटी किछि अपर केस हम या आगु को जाई कि अपर केस नै परबेगी ग्राफ बाहर हो जाएंगे हम अपर केस नहीं परबेगी
नो मैम
नो पे नो नहीं परबेनी हमें खाली अपर केस हमें खाली लोअर केस नोचे सो 0 बाय एनी नंबर धर करो 2 0 बाय 2 कोन इनफिनिट ना 1
नो मैम इनफिनिट
इनफिनिटी एबे बुझी परलु
यस मैम
परफेक्टली
आगे
इलास्टिक कोन पे कहूचे
आगे
एई जगह आउ अपर केस देयर इज नो अपर केस there is only lower case so 0 by certain amount is always going to be infinite so here in this case there is always be perfectly elastic demand understood okay what book are you guys referring You guys have told me some book name in the previous class, some Kalyani publishers, right, Suman? Are you guys listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I couldn't
So
hear.
Smriti, you go by follow. Huh?
Ma'am, कौन कहले सुबिलान?
ମୁଁ କହିଲି ତମମାନେ କୋଉ ବହି ଫଲୋ କରୁଛ, there will be some numerical problems. ସେଥିରେ numerical problems ଥିବ.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ma'am.
Just try those numerical problems by remembering the formula. Se formula oda man rakhiki ei jo graph ta man rakhiki just try doing the numericals and again you will guys will get it. Understand? Smriti bujilu eita bujilu joda pacharthulu bujilu perfectly elastic kon pai there is no upper case, there is only lower case. So 0 by something is always going to be infinite. Ebe ei jinsa re ei jo point are it is perfectly inelastic. Now why it is perfectly inelastic? Because AD is equal to 0 because there is only upper case, there is no lower case. So something by 0 is equal to
Ma'am, 0.
2 by 0 kete re? 2 by 0 kete?
Ma'am, infinity.
2 by 0 infinity?
No, ma'am.
2 হবো না।
Are you guys saying anything? I'm not able to audible. ମୁଁ ତମ କଥା କି ଶୁଣି ପାରୁନି. अरे ମୁଁ ଓଲଟା ବୁଝଉଛି ସମସ୍ତେ ମତେ ସେଇଥିରେ ହଁ ମାରି ଚାଲିଛ ହାଁ 0 by 2 ଟା infinity ହବ ନା 2 by 0 ଟା infinity ହବ
Ma'am, 2 by 0 actually infinity haba.
ବାଃ,
Ma'am, se
ବାଃ,
confuse
ବାଃ,
ହେଉଛି but ma'am but କିଛି କହିବାନି.
Ma'am, 2 by 0.
ବାଃ। 2 by 0 infinity ନା ନାହିଁ ନା ଏଇଟା ବି confusion ରେ ଅଛ
Yes, ma'am. 2 by 0 infinity, 0 by 2 equals to 0.
ଆପଣ ମନା କରିଦେଲେ ତ ମୁଁ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ ହେଇଗଲି।
ବାଃ
Yes,
ବାଃ ବାଃ
ma'am.
ବାଃ okay now something by 0 is equal to infinity okay lower case upper case ରେ ଇଏ ହେଇଗଲି okay ସ୍ମୃତି ଏବେ ବୁଝିଲୁ something by 0 is equal to infinity it's not 0 by 2 is equal to infinity ବୁଝିଲୁ
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
ମୁଁ ଓଲଟା ବୁଝିଲୁ ସବୁ ସେଥିରେ ମୋ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ବି ହଁ ହଁ ମାରିଛନ୍ତି ବଢିଆ okay now something by 0 by something is equal to 1 ନା 0 by 1 କେତେ ରେ
Ma'am, 1.
Ma'am, 0.
କଣ
0
କିଏ କହିଲା 1
0
0 by 1 1
Ma'am, 0 0.
ना ना 1 1 1 तो 1 1 आज वो तुमको मैथमेटिक्स पढ़े 0 by something is equal to okay we'll write it bold and clear something by 0 is equal to infinity ହେଲା ନା ନା ଏଇଟା infinity no
Yes, ma'am.
okay now 0 by 2 is equal to 1 क्यों
Ma'am,
बोला 1
0.
मते
No, ma'am, it's 0.
कंफर्म था ना पुणे उधर चेंज करिए हमें
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, it I confirm.
माइंड रखो रे आगे एक माइंड रखो something by 0 is equal to infinity 0 by some number is equal to 0 now in this point there is no lower case स्मृति एटा बुझ दे उल्टाटा बुझ दे perfectly inelastic perfectly elastic टा बुझिलु perfectly elastic होची something yeah something by some 0 by something is equal to 0 so here is that point demand curve रे a point रे there is no lower case okay there is no lower case एटी upper case मतलब एटी lower case नहीं so here it is always 0 here it is always infinite understood बुझी आसिला
Ma'am.
okay हाँ केवल कौन कहला मते
No, ma'am.
okay okay now time भी he गलानी okay so we will read about factors affecting price elasticity of demand in the next class. Okay, there are certain factors जोटा कि हमें पढ़ी थिले demand को को factor affect करूची. It is nothing more, it's only explained over here. I will give you guys notes today by or tomorrow. जेतिक जाए पढ़ा आइची सेतिक रो मो notes दे देबी तुमको काली group रे दे देबी हला. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So आज ये पढ़िला किछि बुझी आसिला ना infinity to 1 रे confusion है.
No, ma'am, बुझी असला.
Yes, ma'am, बुझी.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
बुझे असला.
आज क्लास रे किंतु एपिक थिला. हमें infinity और 1 रे confuse हो गेले. Very good. Okay. Okay. So today that's it. We will read the factors affecting the price elasticity of demand in the next class. Okay. कहार एतरे किछि no doubt? समोसे बुझिलो, ग्राफ
ma'am.
बुझिलो, price elastic, inelastic बुझिलो, unitary, highly elastic, inelastic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So bye. That's it for today. Thank you all. We will see you in the
Thank
next
you,
class.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.